Hi everyone, welcome back to the Urban Root. I'm Janet, and today is all about the garden. We're going to plant all of our varieties of tomatoes today. We're going to learn about cold stratification, and then we're going to check on the herb garden I planted last week. Okay everyone, I have 10 packets of seeds. Normally I do heirloom seeds, but I gave all mine away this year, so I got some new ones from Survivor Seeds. Yay! So I have beefsteak, regular tomato, ruby German green, black crim, mortgage lifter. Everybody see that one? Mm-hmm. Orange cherry, red brandywine, large red cherry, Roma, my favorite tomato, and yellow pear. I was going to try and grow this year some Campari tomatoes, but I gave them all away, so I'm not going to, and the seeds are very expensive. So we're going to start out with the easiest way to do this, okay? Here is a large tray. Normally, all my herbs and things that I have in rows go in small trays. The tomatoes, so there's so many of them, and we use so much of it, that I'm going to do this in a large tray. So what I've done in here is I put seed starting mix, okay? This is what it looks like, okay? Do not use Miracle-Gro if you're trying to do a chemical-free garden. Use an organic soil, a starter soil. I filled in all the holes. Make sure that when you push down on them, they spring back and you don't want them to be packed, but at the same time, you don't want them to be really loose either. So I'm going to start out, and I'm going to start out down here, up here. And I'm just going to make just a little bit. I've got just a little stick here. I'm just going to make a little indentation. Not too much because we're not trying to bury these seeds, okay? All right, I'm going to start out with my beefsteak. Okay. You can do this straight out of the seed packet. Okay, these are not cold stratified or anything like that. So you're just going to take and put one seed in, if 2 drop, it's okay. All right. You just cover them like that. You're not burying them. You're just covering them. Okay. So that's my first one. I'm going to label it. Put these back. And I'm going to label this row, and I'm going to go through and do it all with all the different rows, okay? So we'll speed that up so you don't have to watch that all the time.
I water the whole thing before I plant and then after. So I'm doing the same thing here. I'm going to bring 1 tomato to each row, and there are 10 rows here. So I have 10 different varieties, as you can see, and it just takes a minute to do this, but it's so worth it. And in the end, I'm going to show you what they look like after they've already sprouted. Later on, I'm going to have a video all about how to preserve all of these tomatoes. I'm going to have plenty of dishes. A lot of the things that I make, a lot of the dishes that I'll be making will be in my cookbook. That's coming out very soon. And now I'm going to just plant all the rest of these. And don't forget to water. Make sure everything is really well watered before you plant. And after. Okay, and here's all the rest of the garden I'm planting in these trays. This is what it looks like when it's finished.
Hi, we're going to talk about cold stratification. These are all of my herbs that go in my herb garden that I've put into cold stratification, okay? So that's going to be lavender, catnip, L-campaign, motherwort, angelica, echinacea, stinging nettle, and common yarrow. And I have a video out for you that tells you what each one does and why they're important to be in your herb garden. But what you're going to do is you're going to take perlite and vermiculite. You're going to put it together, okay, about a ½ cup. Then you're going to take a packet of seeds, like this one's lavender, put the lavender in. Okay, you make sure it's nice and moist, put some water in, but make sure that when you turn it over like this, it's not pooling. Okay, if it's pooling when you've got too much water, and you just open it up and drain it out until it doesn't do that anymore. You're gonna put this in the fridge for however long it tells you on the package. Like this one is lavender and it's 3 to 4 weeks. Okay, this one is stinging nettle, it's 2 to 4 weeks. Motherwort, 2 to 4. Echinacea is only 30 days. So after you do that, you're going to plant those directly into your garden. So whatever spot it is that you have. And the reason we do this is because it will make a very strong, healthy plant and a good root. It'll give you a really good root system. I have another video out that tells you what each herb in my medicine garden does. It's a long one, so if you get a chance to go look at that, it'll help you out in the end. Talk to you soon.
Okay, here we are in the plant room. It's about 2 weeks later, and look at that. That's everything we just planted in the last video that you saw. It's all doing really well. In these smaller ones, that is my herb garden. That's everything that I've got. Over here, I even have the ones that are ready to start to take them out to harden. That's when you put them outside in the wind for a couple hours a day. There's a lot to it, and I will show you that in the next video. But here's what I have. I have dill, basil, toothache plant, chamomile, peppermint, lovage, sweet marjoram, echinacea, parsley, oregano, lemon balm, toothache plant, I said that already, and then white sage and regular sage, broadleaf sage. Then I have rosemary, thyme, and lamb's ear. And that's all we're planting this year, but there's a whole lot more to come. So I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks for watching, y'all. See you next time.